All right, guys, this is what I want you to work on at home. If you're trying to master your 360, we can think about it in a few steps. Step number one is just a slight shift of the mace to your opposite side pocket. So you can just practice on working on controlling that little bit right there. Next step is to come into our block position. So bringing our elbow in front of our nose. Notice, a little higher on my mace, how my hand makes a window in front of my mace. Very important to get this elbow in front of your nose. So you can practice just that portion of the 360 by bringing it to your pocket and then coming up into that block and then coming back to that pocket and planting the flag back to center. Do that on both sides. Coming into block position, elbow in front of my nose. Notice the frame I make with the mace and my elbow, and then bringing it back down. Pocket, block it, right back to start. So that's the first portion of your 360. The next portion is after you've come to the full depth of that block position, thinking in the hands of a clock, like if this is 2 o'clock, this is 10 o'clock, we're trying to get our mace all the way from 10 to 2. You then release. Now, this is the next portion I want you guys to practice. And you don't have to swing your way here. You can simply drop your hands back behind your head and work on starting to gain the range of motion to comfortably have your hands behind your head. One thing you can do is do one hand at a time. You could watch TV like this and just hang out, just getting very comfortable with that behind the head range, noticing how you can't see my hand. I am not up here, I'm down here. And then you can practice swinging back here, doing maybe a minute, 30 seconds each side, switching hands. If you want, you can go both hands and just notice how I'm swinging the mace behind my back. I'll turn around so you guys can see from the other side. Swinging the mace side to side behind my back. Slowly working on getting it higher. A little bit higher, a little bit higher, letting the torso rotate side to side, but the hips stay straight. So that way I don't hit my butt with the mace when I'm swinging. Super important, right? And as you start to get that swing of the mace higher and higher, higher to 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, you can then pull the elbow in front of the nose and reverse. Elbow in front of the nose and reverse. And then eventually you pull it back through, plant the flag, and add all the pieces together. It's a block, swing, catch, plant. Pocket, block it, swing it, block it, pocket, plant it. And that's how you guys are going to work on progressing your 360s. Work on getting the block, work on getting the swing, put the pieces together. The number one mistake I always see is people bring the return elbow, this elbow, straight forward instead of crossing across the nose to make that block on the second side. So be mindful of that, because if you're not, you're probably doing that portion wrong. Another way to think about it is if you had a really tight hallway in front of you, you wouldn't be hitting that hallway. It's like this plane of motion that my mace is moving in here is never touching the hallway right in front of me at any point. That's my front plane. I also have that same plane behind me, right? That's my back plane. All I'm doing with my 360 is transitioning from that front plane to that back plane. No hitting of the walls. All right, guys, work on that stuff. Let me know how